Today I'm going to show you around the Elddis Avante 564 and show you where everything goes and how to set it up. So next to the door we've got our battery compartment, so we can put a leisure battery on here. This will take up to around about 105 amp leisure battery, and that will fit nicely in there. And obviously you've got positive is your red and black is your negative. 230 volts, so when you go onto site, this is where you're going to plug your electric into. And we've got a little cutout so the cable can then slot through and that can be locked up. You have also got the option then to plug in a socket so you can have power out into the awning for powering lights, TVs, etc. In the front locker we're set up for, we've got room for 2 gas bottles. Now this is set up for the red gas bottle, so it's the propane, and this literally screws into the gas bottle, into the red bottles. It's reverse thread, and you do need a gas spanner just to tighten that up and just nip it into the actual bottle and just make sure it's secure. Leg winder, so that's in the front locker box, so this is to put all your legs down. And then once you've connected your gas bottles up, always just make sure that they're fully secured in with the straps, and then it's just literally turn it on the actual gas bottle itself. Set up on 13-pin electrics, and then all of the hitch will actually run you through that as you're connecting up to the car. On our side we've got the flue for our water heater. So if you're going to use this hot water on gas, this has to be taken off. If it's electric we can leave the cover on, but gas, this is definitely got to be taken off to be able to use that hot water on your gas. Water pump is just going to plug straight into here, and then the other end into the Acrol, and that will pump your water through as you turn your taps on then. All of our wastewater, so from our sinks, our showers, they're all going to come out of here then, all of that wastewater. And then at the back here we've got our cassette toilet, so this is where we're going to put our flush water. So this is going to be the water that actually flushes through the toilet and then down into the actual cassette. So it's water and then pink chemical, and then the actual cassette is just located into the bottom. It's just cleaning out at the minute. So this would be slid into here, and then to remove this we just literally open up our little orange handle. This will come out, we slide out the little funnel, remove the cap, and then we've got a little air valve at the end here, and this will then empty into the site Elson point for emptying the toilet. If you want to put a little bit of blue chemical in and just clean the actual cassette out, it's just to open it up as so. We have already put a bit of blue chemical in there, so that should be nice and fresh for when you come to use it. And then if it's coming up to the winter, you're not going to use the caravan for a while, or if this is still full, our flush water, and we're going to travel with the caravan, we've got a little drain off valve just here. So literally we take off the little end cap on that, and that will drain all of the flush water for us. And again, that's really for the winter, or if you fill that up a little bit too much and you're ready to now travel home, I'd just drain it off, stop any water coming inside of the caravan. Let's have a look inside at all the operations. So as we come into the caravan, we've then got our main switches. So we've got our master 12 volt on and off. So once we're plugged in, or we've got our battery connected on, this will turn our 12 volt electrics on. The light switch is actually incorrect. He did try and swap this round and we just couldn't get a switch in time, but up to the top is off, and then down to the 0 is actually on. So to put your lights on inside the caravan, it's just drop this one down. Again, same with your awning light, to drop that down, and that will turn your awning light on. And then your water pump, again, to put your water pump on, is this one here. Keep your water pump off at first, and the reason for that is that we need to get the water through the system. If you've drained the caravan down of its water system previously, and I'll show you where the drain switch is now, so we've got the little yellow switch just down there. Now you'll see that's flat at the moment, so if we want to actually drain the system down, we pop that into that upright position, and that now is going to start draining the system down. We'd open all of the taps up and that will drain the caravan water system for us. So when we come back in, we need to make sure that that's back flat and we've turned all of our taps back into the off position before we put that water pump on. Otherwise, if that's still in the upright position and we've got all of our taps open, we put that water pump on, all the water's just going to go on the ground. We then turn that down because we go, oh, we forgot about that water switch now. We'll put that in the right position, but your taps are now open and water's going everywhere. So just make sure all your taps are closed, bathroom, the shower and the sink tap. Make sure that's switched down in the flat position and then put your water pump on. We can then start getting our water through. So we'll open up the kitchen tap first. Now if you have drained the water system down, you're going to probably get about 5 minutes of coughing and spluttering with water trying to just fill up that tank up there. Once we've got a nice steady flow of water on the hot and the cold, we'll then go into the bathroom. We'll do the same on the bathroom tap, and then we'll do the shower as well, because we need to get all the water through all of the pipe work in the caravan. Once we've got a nice steady flow on all of our water taps, bathroom, the kitchen sink and the shower, we know then that our water system is full of water, and also our hot water heater is full of water. So when we then come to put our hot water on, that tank is full and we're not going to cause any damage. If we try and put our hot water tank on and we've not got the water through the system, we're going to do damage to our onboard hot water system. So just make sure that firstly the hot water heater is in the off position, and that is just underneath of here, and it's this bottom one, and we've left this little sticker just here. So water heater is your bottom one, and then the actual fire inside the caravan is the top one. So with your hot water, just make sure that's in the off position until you've got that water all the way through the system. I'll come back to those in a minute, because again it's good to get into a bit of a routine of how to get the caravan set up. And what we like to do is we like to get the water through the system, and then we like to get the gas through the system. So if we then start on our hob, so we've connected our gas bottle up in the front, we've turned the gas on the top of the bottle, and now if we light up our 4 rings, and we've got our little igniter just on here, and this will work on our gas rings as well. Again, it'll take 30-40 seconds up to a minute to get that gas coming through the system and get all of the air out of it. Once we've lit these up, if we then light our grill up and then we light our oven up, I'll just put these shelves in the right way, because these little bibbles on the oven shelves should be towards the back, so always just try and keep those towards the back. Once this is all lit up and we can physically see that we've got the gas coming through, our heating, our hot water, our fridge, it's all going to light up a little bit easier if you want to use it on the gas. One more thing is just make sure that this is all fully cooled down before we try and put our glass lid down. If these are still hot and we put this glass lid down, it is going to probably break that glass lid. So just make sure that that is fully cooled down before you put that glass lid down. Come to our fridge, our heating, our hot water, etc. If we're going to use it on the gas, it's all just going to light up a little bit easier. So for our fridge, we've got an on and off button at the bottom. Our left hand little button then will toggle through, so we've either got our gas, our electric, so that's when we're on 230 volt and we're hooked up. That's going to use our fridge on the electric. Now if we've got all 13 pins on the car wired up, we can actually use this fridge on the tow car battery. So as we're towing along, if you've got it all connected up on the car, you can actually keep the fridge cool as you're driving along. If you've not, then obviously it's just going to work on the gas or the 230. To adjust how cold the fridge is going to get, it's just our right hand one, and again it'll go up the little scale here. Now in hot weather like we've got at the moment, you're probably going to be better running the fridge on the gas and actually keep the setting a little bit lower, because the fridge will actually work more efficiently when it's a little bit lower. They will struggle to really get down to temperature in the real hot weathers, and you can remove the grills on the outside just to try and get the airflow and help that cool down. To turn the fridge off is literally just our on and off button, and that will then turn that back into the off position. Just underneath of our seat, as I've mentioned before, we've got our hot water. So again, once we've got all that water through the system, we can then just put our hot water into the on position. We've got all of our fuses, all of our trip switches, and we've got a little tester here. So if we go onto a site and we're not sure whether we've got the 230 volt coming into the caravan or not, if we press our little test button, that'll just tell us that we've got electric definitely coming into the caravan itself. We've got all of our little fuses here, so our individual fuses, and then as we said here, we've got our electric fire. So this is going to put the power onto our electric fire if we wanted to use the fire on electric, and then the actual controls for that electric fire are just up here. So on the right hand side you'll see our little dial with Truma Ultra Heat. We've got 2000 off, 500 or 1000. So we've got 3 different electric temperature settings that we can set the fire to. So obviously 2000 is going to get hotter quicker. 500 you might just use that through the night just to keep the caravan a little bit warmer, and then 1000 is your mid setting. In the middle is your thermostat, so that is going to sense how hot that fire is going to get and when it's going to put heat out of the fire. And as I say, back into the middle is off. To the left of this, this is actually our gas hot water. So if we want to use our hot water just on the gas, it's literally just pop that one on there and that will then light up on the gas. Again, we can set what temperature our hot water is then with our dial in the middle. Back to 0 and that is off. We've then got on the actual front of our fire, if we want to use our heater on the gas, it's our left hand controls, and we'll literally pop this round to about the 10, hold our gas valve in, and then we'll hit our igniter. Keep that held in for about 10-15 seconds, and then as you release that, you should actually hear the fire roar up, and that will then be lit on the gas. You can then set the thermostat to where you want it on the top there on those numbers, and then all the way back round to the 0 is off. With either our gas or electric heating, we've got the option to put the blown air heating round. On the right hand side of the fire then we've got our blown air heating. So if we've got our electric heating on or our gas heating on and we want the blown air working, we just put it onto A, and that's going to put the heat all the way around the caravan for us off our heating, either gas or the electric. Off is in the middle, and then if it's a hot day like today and we just want cool air blowing around the caravan, we can come out to this left hand side. We can literally just choose how fast we want that fan to blow the cool air around, and that is just going to cool the van down. It's recirculating the heat, so if you've got the windows open etc, it will just make quite a bit of a difference and just cool the caravan down for you. We've got our microwave over on the other side, so we've got our start, our stop, and then other little different settings in there. We'll pop the microwave plate out just for travelling, so that that's not going to come open and cause any damage, and we'll just pop that underneath the seat cushion there, and that's all ready for travelling. At the back we've got the cassette toilet, so to put the flush water through the cassette is our blue button. That's then going to put the flush water around the cassette for us, and then to let everything all through we've got the little grey handle, and that is actually going to then, towards the back, is going to open the cassette and let everything through, and then back to the front, that will then just close that back off again. Hopefully that has shown you where everything all is and also how everything works within the caravan. If you do get stuck with anything, just let us know. Thanks, I'll mark at the caravan place.